Hey guys, today is December 4th. It is a Friday, and today's video is brought to you by Geico Automobile Insurance. You'll find out why later. So, you know what? We didn't even do anything on Saturday. What did we do on Saturday? No, I worked on Saturday. I'm trying to figure out what I did over the last 2 days so I can tell you guys. Um, so, I worked on Saturday. Um, we tried to go get something done Saturday night. Um, Long story, I just won't go there. But overall, the last couple days, I mean, the pain is, the pain has been consistent. Um, it's been consistent. I've been waking up every single night in the middle of the night, may or not have been going back to bed, just due to the pain. But I mean, last week in general was rough. It was rough. I don't remember when I got my driver's license. Was that Monday or Tuesday? No, that was Tuesday. Um, it just ever since I went and have been, pretty much trying to do everything independently lately. The intensity of the pain has been going up there. I can reason why. It's because I'm being more active on it. I'm being more active on um, my leg. I'm going out and doing things now, so a lot more than what I was before. So that's a good reason why. The pain I'm having, it just, it varies. It's phantom pain. None of this anymore. I can't really say anymore that it's, I can't say it's incision pain. It's nowhere near incision pain. It's nowhere near bone pain. I mean, pretty much all that I'm going to say right now is done. There's still a lot of healing to do. I mean, I have a lot of scar tissue that still needs to be pretty much healed up. It's all pretty still pink right now, and I expect it to be for couple months. It's not going away anytime soon. So, God, I mean, on most of the videos that I've seen with amputees, I mean, still within, I would say it's probably going to be still, healing until still pretty much into the 8 month. And, I don't expect that to go away anytime soon, but the pain associated with the surgery, that's pretty much gone for the most part. We can say that for now. All the pain that I'm having right now, it's strictly phantom pain, and nerve pain. I mean, I'm getting, God, over the last couple of days, it's been stabbing. One person, I was reading an article on Amputation Correlation in America, they said driving a stake right through their foot. Yeah, I know, I've had that. And, it's just very unpleasant because there's really no warning. There's really no, like, hey, it's going to happen, and then it happens. It just, out of the blue, I can be having a whole generalized conversation, and then all of a sudden someone drives a stake through your foot. So it's like being stabbed because you don't know when the person's going to stab you if they do. So they don't let you know ahead of time. But I'm getting a lot of that pain, and as well as I can't describe it to you. Picture like your phone vibrating or something. I'm getting that just consistently all day, every day. It hasn't gone away. Some of the toe crushing, maybe the stabbing and the toe crushing and the vibrating at the same time. It's whatever it decides to choose, and it doesn't really have any warning whatsoever. So I'm getting a lot of that, and it's just being more active on it. So that's pretty much about it. What I have been noticing, I never really discussed this with you guys, is that as my leg was healing, I was also getting a crease. I was getting a crease or a fold, and the fold was actually in the center of the actual stump, and it was pretty much on the left side of the stump if you're facing me, or if I'm looking down straight at it. If you were looking at me, it was on the right side, but I was actually getting a crease. Those are common, I've heard. I mean, not too common, but they're common, and I'm trying to pull it out with 2 pieces of tape right now. And I mean, we've been trying to pull it out with shrinker socks. So My guy Pablo down in Stewart, down in Hangar, he gave us a awesome shrinker sock, and it's been we tried to use it, and it did pull it out for the most part. However, we have the shrinker socks, which I call with a donut. They're like a plastic donut. They have like a circle like that, and then you fold the shrinker sock back on top of it. I don't really like those too much because you have the donut and it basically scrunches everything at the end. So it's like you have your leg and then all of a sudden it tries to close everything down into a perfect circumference. However, when it does it, it leaves creases on itself, and those creases basically underlining on your skin, and that's where you get the folds. Not everyone gets the folds from that shrinker sock or that type of shrinker sock, but it did with me. So some people it does cause it, and it did with me. So they gave us a different type of shrinker sock where it's just like a normal sock, just like you put on your foot, except it's on a much bigger scale, and it's got elastic on it. It shrinks. It's it's a normal shrinker sock, and the best part about it is that um, it has I'm gonna yawn on you guys. I'm sorry. It has like a silicone type adhering stuff on the bottom of it, and it's so it doesn't go down your leg, and it doesn't basically as you walk that it slowly doesn't start to shift to the bottom of your leg. So I like those because I can pretty much go and straighten. I can pretty much tug on the nub or stub at the bottom and basically fold out all the creases, and it won't create any creases. So it's a lot of guesswork out of the picture for the user, and that has been a godsend in terms of getting the creases out. But I managed to get the creases out. Long story short, we put the donut shrinker sock back on it, and I kid you not, within 24 hours, it put the creases right back in. And it just didn't put the creases back in, it put them in significantly. So I had a huge crease about 2-3 centimeters deep inside my limb, and that's not good because whenever you have that, it creates friction. You know, when you're moving, it's doing this with the skin, therefore it can create blisters, skin irritation, and then lead to infection. So that's not good. You don't want that. Some people it doesn't, some people it does. So, you're drawing rabbits out of a hat at that point in time. So, I've been working on that right now. So if any changes in the limb right now, in terms of, that has been that. Because the limb shrinks, I'm going to say at such a substantial level so quickly. It basically, the skin can either, be very smooth, and plus on top of it, your skin really isn't used to, the actual limb part being, sewn up upon each other. So, then also want to tell you guys is that the reason why we sponsor this by Geico is so I was driving today. The part that made me so angry about this is that I've driven quite a bit of places and around town now without any single problem. Not a single problem. I drove up to the DMV. I drove to a couple places and didn't have a single problem. I didn't hesitate. Didn't even hesitate once. And my wife and I went to Target, got out of the car. The car was crooked. Didn't park it correctly. Not that that's not normal for me. I always do that. So got back in the car, and I was backing the car up, and then all of a sudden I hit it and drive again. Sure enough, I mistaken the brake for the gas, and all of a sudden I went to go, move my foot over to the left, and I slammed. I just didn't, mush the gas. I slammed on the gas because I was going to slam on the brake because I was close to the curb. And when I did that, the car hopped over the curb and managed to, I drove the car all the way through the front of my property, and I braked. I found the brake right before I smacked into the building. I mean, I smacked into the building righteously. It wasn't like a massive. If I would have not found the brake, it would have been a lot worse. I probably would have had the airbags come off and everything, but I was so upset because I took the driver's test without a problem. I did this without a problem. I did everything without a problem. And then all of a sudden I did something so stupid. It wasn't stupid, It's just not even stupid. It's just stuff that I've You know, I've driven how many years with, the gas on my right and the brake on the left, and when I did it, it was just a natural reaction. Don't get me wrong. Now that I've been driving with my left, it's been a natural reaction lately, and all of a sudden I slipped into my old way, and I just did it, and we're all a creature of habit, and the habit all just crept back out, and it was used to you know basically use the gas, so instead of the brake. So I did that, smacked into the side of my condominium complex, had to call the insurance company. They were gonna love me. So luckily I have an accident forgiveness, because I've never ever ever personally had an accident. It's always been the person that's hit me, and so this would be my first one, and so there's going to be a lot of practicing now on my point. I'm going to be making it a point to going out to empty parking lots without any cement beams, and just basically not crash, wow, learn how to park, and just basically getting down the configuration, because when you're driving it's really not an issue because you already have your foot on the brake. And then if you try to hit the gas, I mean, the worst case scenario is that you mix up and you accidentally hit the brake. It's really not that big of a deal. And it's not until all of a sudden you're creeping and you need to make the initial reaction, you're just like, oh, and you basically just slam on the gas, meaning to hit the brake. So, and that's basically what I did. And I fudged up. So it was a knee-jerk reaction. I screwed up. And so, it wasn't even a lot of property damage. I hit a cement corner and knocked the cement off the stucco, I believe, and I broke a door hinge. So it really wasn't, and the car really doesn't even have a lot of damage. Honestly, I could probably go without it and just repaint the bumper and be done with it, but I did crack some plastic on it. So just, real minor stupid stuff. So it wasn't like I hit it going 20, 30 miles an hour. It was I was going about 20 when I hopped the curb, from what I think I saw. So it was, I slammed the gas. There was no little about it. I went full bore, because I went to go slam on the brake to basically stop the car, because I was approaching to stop in it right before I, came to the curb. So, and I completely went over the curb. So, anywho, I got a Prius to go up on a curb. That just shows you how much gas I gave it, because you have to give it a lot of gas, or else the Prius is not going to go up a curve. So, anywho, that's about it. So anyways, we'll leave it at that. If you like the video, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to post any comments in below, go ahead and leave them below. And if you want to subscribe to our channel, go ahead and subscribe to it in the lower right hand corner, where I'm trying to have videos every single day, if not every other day. But in the meantime, everyone have a great night. We'll talk to you later. Bye.